You don't need to hold yourself back and stop yourself or play small or feel inferior or not feel good enough because you don't have a qualification, because you are amazing as you are. Your experiences are valid. Your expertise is valid. Your knowledge is valid. You are watching the She Means Business show with me, Carrie Green. I'm the founder of the Female Entrepreneur Association and the author of the best-selling book, She Means Business. And every single week, I'm going to be talking with you about how you can turn your ideas into a wildly successful business and actually live the life of your dreams. You can do this, and I'm so excited to show you how. So let's get started. Oh, hello there. I'm excited that you are joining me right now. So as I record this, I am just under 2 weeks away from my official due date with baby number 2. If you're watching the video of this, I'm going to show you my bump. Oh, I feel, well, I don't know, maybe the camera isn't making me look as big as I feel. Maybe it is, I don't know, I can't tell, but I feel massive. Casey, my son, he was born about just under 2 weeks late. So it'll be interesting to see when this one decides to arrive. I have no idea what I'm having, so I'm very excited to find out. Anyway, baby chat aside, I wanted to make this episode and talk to you about something that I see holding so many people back. And it is this: feeling like you need a qualification to start the business you want to start, or to build the business you want to build, or to do what it is you want to do. So I'm actually in the middle of creating a new course. Crazy, I know, because literally less than 2 weeks away from having a baby, but I'm excited about it. It's called Create and Sell, and I really want to teach you how you can actually take your knowledge, your expertise, your experiences, your skill set, your passion, and actually create something and sell it. So that is what the course is going to do, and I'm so excited. I've got a wait list, so if you want to join the wait list, you can get on it. Just go to femaleentrepreneurassociation.com/create and sell. And so one of the biggest things that I wanted to address is this feeling that you need a qualification, you need more qualifications to be able to share your own skill set, your expertise, your knowledge. And I know how this feels, because when I started the Female Entrepreneur Association, I literally sat on the idea for 3 bloody years because I was like, who am I to create this? I don't have a qualification in business. I don't have an MBA. I've not got any kind of qualification to make me. Who am I to talk about this without a qualification? And it literally put me off wanting to put anything out there for such a long time because of this concept that this false belief I had, that is, who am I to do this? Thankfully, I got over myself and got out of my own way and thought, I'm going to do it anyway. Now, here's the thing. What I did have was experience. I had started my first business in 2005, and it had become a really amazing success. I'd learned how to build a successful online business. I had learned so much about learning how to build websites together, learning how to do online marketing, learning how to make a sale online, learning how to build a team. Like, I'd learned so much, and I'd had so much knowledge from that. Yet I still felt I needed a qualification to tell me that I knew that stuff to be able to share it. So I think so many people find themselves in that place where they doubt that the knowledge and experience and expertise that they have is valid. And there are obviously some instances where you do need to be qualified. So there are some industries, for example, if you're going into nutrition, you need to be qualified as a nutritionist if you want to be able to tell somebody or want to pass on that information. So don't get me wrong, there are areas where you do need to be qualified to share what you're talking about. But for the majority of us, we have a desire to start a business, or something wakes us up. We overcome a challenge of our own. We have a transformation of our own, big or small, but this sparks an idea that you want to then help other people with that same thing that you went through and overcame. I'll give you an example. Ali Kazaza, who was on the podcast, amazing podcast interview, definitely check it out. But she started her business because she was a mum of 4. She felt really overwhelmed. She wasn't enjoying motherhood. She was really frustrated and fed up. She actually was depressed. And she kept asking people for advice on how to make things better. And everyone kept saying, well, that's motherhood for you. It's messy. It's chaotic. All this stuff. And basically weren't giving her solutions. So she was like, wait, there has to be another way. And so she decided to simplify her life. She decluttered her house. And in the process of doing certain things, she realized that she had overcome her depression. Motherhood had become so much more joyful and she was actually happy. And she thought, wow, this has worked for me. Like, maybe it can work for other people. So then she started to like help other people just for free, just helping them. And as she did that, she realized that what she did for herself helped other people too. And so she started to help more and more people. And then it became a podcast show. Then it became digital products and courses. And she created all sorts, digital products from like $9 to, I think her most expensive was or is $197. I don't know if it's changed now, but low cost products teaching other mums how to basically declutter, how to simplify their lives, how to enjoy motherhood more, basically. Was she qualified to do that? I actually don't know what her qualifications were, but she built that business based off her experiences, based off her own transformations, based off overcoming her own challenges. That's what sparked the idea and the desire to do this, to talk about it. She found her own voice. Like, she found this message within her that she really wanted to share. And I think for so many of us, that's where we're at. We've experienced something in our lives, and maybe it's that we've been in a career that we actually don't enjoy, and you're just like, I need to do something different with my life. And you've had this realization and you've woken up to the fact that you want to live your dream life. You realize you can live your dream life, and you've been on this transformation to making changes, and you've realized that some of the things you've done have had a profound impact on your life. And now you feel passionate and excited to share it with other people, so other people can wake up and realize, wait, there's another way. You can do it differently. So maybe that's where you're at. But for so many people, they stop themselves from actually putting themselves out there like Ali did or like I did, because they think, wait, who am I to say this? Who am I to do this? I need a qualification if I'm going to start helping other people. And the reality is you don't. Most of the time, you do not need a qualification to be able to share your own expertise. Like I said, I have no qualifications in business. I do not have, my degree is in law, like not business. I don't have an MBA. And although recently somebody went through my Build Your Business bootcamp and said that I think she said she was top of her class for her MBA, and she learnt more from my Build Your Business bootcamp than she did for her MBA, or something to that extent. I was like, this is bloody amazing. So you don't need to hold yourself back and stop yourself or play small or feel inferior or not feel good enough because you don't have a qualification, because you are amazing as you are. Your experiences are valid. Your expertise is valid. Your knowledge is valid. Like, you don't need someone else to give you a certificate to tell you that you are good enough to tell other people your stories, your experiences, and share your knowledge. You do not need anyone. If you want permission, I'm giving you permission right now. Maybe I'll design a little certificate for you to download so that you can just tell yourself you've got the certificate, like you're good enough. But I'm telling you, this is like one of the biggest things that stops people from actually getting themselves out there and creating so much success, because they think they need more qualifications. Like, if this is you, leave me a comment. I want to see how many of you feel like this, because I know I'm not alone, and I know I'm not the only person that sat on an amazing idea for a very long time feeling like I needed more qualifications. One of the other things I wanted to share was, I remember once talking to Reed Tracy, who's the CEO of Hay House, and we were talking about me doing another book, and I really wanted to write a book, or want to write a book rather, on like mindset, and because I love mindset. For me, it's been like the most transformational journey I've ever been on. Like, if it wasn't for looking and focusing on how I could change my mindset, I would not have created the success I've created today. And if you're part of the members club or you're part of anything that I've created, or you listen to this podcast often, you know that I talk about mindset all the time. But when we started talking about this book for mindset, I was like, wait, who am I to talk about mindset? I don't have a qualification in mindset. Like, I don't have any scientific proof of what I do. I don't know. I just do stuff, but I don't know if it works for anyone else. So who am I to share this? And he was like, Carrie, that's why you're the perfect person to share this, because people want to hear real stories. They want to hear someone else's real experience. They don't want boring scientific facts. They want real. They want stories. They want the truth of someone's story. And I was like, oh, okay, that's so true. And because I am a Hay House author, I get to meet a lot of other Hay House authors. And I remember this one time we were all out for dinner, and like they were all talking about like the next book they were writing and the books they're writing. Some of them have written so many books. I'm like, how do you do it? And they're like, I think of a topic that I want to learn about, I go and learn about it, and I write a book about it. I'm like, what? You just go and learn about something and then you just write a book on it? Yeah. I'm like, wow. Because so many people don't give themselves permission to do that. So many people be like, God, I'd feel like a fraud. But they're like, no, I'm just going to learn about this topic. I'm going to go and tell my stories and share my experiences and share my take on it and write a book. I'm like, well, good for you. And this is the thing. Jada Selner says this in her masterclass she did with us. And I've never forgotten about it. And I think I talk about this often in these podcast episodes. But she said there's no such thing as a unique message, only unique messengers. You and I are the messengers. Doesn't matter what type of businesses we run or what type of business you want to start. We are the unique messenger, and we have a unique take on things. No one else has the experiences that we have. No one else can possibly have that. And so that is why what you have to share is so valuable and so valid. And because, for example, you and I, let's say you talk about the same things I talk about. Let's say you talk about business and female entrepreneurship and mindset and how to build a successful business. Someone might not resonate with me and be like, she is not my cup of tea, but they might completely resonate with you and resonate with your story and your background and your experiences and your take on things, and might think you're the most amazing thing in the world and want to listen to you. And that is powerful. And I think this goes back to the point of like, all of our experiences are so valid and so valuable, but so often we're so afraid to share them because we think, who am I to share this? Who am I to talk about this? So we don't open up, we don't talk about stuff. But like I said, like Jada says, we are the unique messengers. We have to have the courage to be able to share our stories and have confidence that our stories are good enough and that they are valuable and they are worth people hearing. And our voice is worth sharing. Our message is worth sharing. It's just so important. And you don't need a bloody qualification to do it. Like, you do not need a qualification to do it. Now, what I will say is, you can't just bullshit people. Like, you have to be truthful and authentic and real. It's not about being something you're not. It's about owning who you are and being who you are and knowing that who you are is actually good enough. So you don't have to be at the end of the journey and at the final destination to be able to teach something. So like me, I talk about business. And I remember when I wrote my book, She Means Business, I struggled with this because I was like, who am I to write a business book? I don't have it all figured out. I don't know how everything works. Like, I'm still only a fraction of a way into my journey. There's so much more learning I have to do. So there was part of me that felt like a fraud. And what I had to do was really recognize that over the years, I'd built up so much experience, and what I was doing was sharing what I did know. And I had to give myself permission to be okay with sharing what I did know and stop thinking about the stuff that I didn't know, because I wasn't going to be talking about the stuff I didn't know. And to let it be okay that my experiences and my stories were valuable enough to put into a book and that they would help people. And I'm so grateful that I did get out of my own way and do it, because I've had the most amazing feedback about my book. You don't have to have got to the end of your journey to be able to share experiences and stories and for things to be valuable. So for example, you might have recently started on your personal transformation journey, let's say. Maybe something happened in your life or something's occurred, you had a challenge, you started to overcome it, you feel like you've got a long way still to go, But don't discount the part of the journey that you've already been on, because that part of your journey might actually be really valuable to someone else. And that part of the journey might be something that you can really focus and double down on and turn into a business where you're sharing your knowledge, your expertise, and your stories to help other people. So, and it could be that you create, let's say, a digital planner, like on something profound that's really helped you. Let's say you discovered journaling or goal setting or something that really has changed your life. You might only be a fraction of the way through a journey, but that one thing has helped you so much. You could create that and you could sell it, and you could then be helping so many other people through what you're putting out into the world. So you don't have to be at the end of your journey. But like I was saying, actually, one of my other points that I was going to make was you're not trying to be something you're not. So for example, for me, when I started the Female Entrepreneur Association, I had built a successful business. I didn't have a business qualification, but I had experience in building a tangible, successful online business that made so much money I didn't even know what to do with it. So I knew, I'd set up a website, I had learn how to use Google AdWords, I'd learn how to build a team, I'd learn how to manage a team, I'd learn how to use social media. We'd had hundreds of thousands of views on our YouTube video, we'd had hundreds of thousands of visitors to our website. So I knew how to do those things, and I was able to share my experiences and my lessons as I built the Female Entrepreneur Association. So for example, I wouldn't say become a business coach if you've never built a successful business or you don't know anything about building a successful business. You could become a business coach if you've worked in someone else's business or several other people's businesses, and you've integrated strategies that have driven so significant results for those businesses, and you're going to teach those strategies to people that really need them in their business. Then that's different, because then you're saying, I have this skill set and I've worked with all these different businesses getting these proven results. I know how to get these results, and I know therefore how to get these results for you too, and I'm going to share and break it down and show you how you can get these results. So you're not pretending to have information that you don't have. You're not pretending to be 5 steps or 10 steps ahead of where you are actually at. You're showing up as you, and that is good enough. So if you are feeling the frustrations of feeling like you need a qualification or you're not good enough, let me just share with you some quick things you can do to help build your confidence with where you are at, to help you get to a point where you can take what you're passionate about, what you've got experience in, what you've got knowledge and expertise in, and turn it into a business, like creating digital products, creating online courses, building a membership site, having a coaching or a service-based business, whatever it is that you feel called to create. So the first thing is, I want you to sit down and I want you to write down the results that you have with regards to what it is you want to share. So whether you've had a challenge you've overcome, a transformation you've experienced, or you've got an area of expertise or experiences or knowledge, whatever it is, I want you to think about the results that you've had in your life, or the results you have generated through that knowledge and experience and skill set that you have, or what you've been through. So what result has it generated in your life? Have a think and write down all the results and the impact that it's had for you or that you've had for other people with it. So that's the first thing. Start to see how powerful what you know actually is, because so often we actually have so much cursive knowledge, and so often we think everyone else knows what we know when actually they don't. They don't know. We think they know, but they don't. So it's thinking about, actually, I do know a lot. I do get results with this. This has impacted my life massively. This is hugely valuable. That's what I want you to recognize. The second thing is then, I want you to help other people to get results like you've got results. So maybe you already have. So if you have had helped other people get results, write down what results you have got for other people. How has your knowledge, your experiences, your stories, your expertise got other people results? And if you haven't got results for people yet, start. Like with Ali's story. Ali, she reached out to people and she just started helping people for free. She just started to see, hang on, could what I've learned become helpful and be impactful for somebody else? And she realized in helping people and just showing up and trying to be of service to others that, my gosh, this really does make a difference. I'm onto something here. So are there people in your life you could reach out to? It could be friends, family. Go and join a Facebook group where people are hanging out that you think you could help, and just see, who can you help? How can you help them? How can you get them a result? And just focus on, can I take my knowledge, expertise, experience and get someone else a result? A transformation? Can I add value in some way? Can I be of service to people in some way? So go and do that and go and see how many people you help. Do you think you could go and help like 5-10 people in the next month, or even just one person in the next month, sharing the knowledge that you have? My answer is yes, you 100% can. So start, because it's going to build your confidence and it's going to make you realise that you're actually blooming amazing. And then the third thing is continue to learn, expand your knowledge, expand your skill set, and get more and more and more results for yourself. Because the more you do that, the more your confidence is going to grow, the more you're going to realise, actually, I do know what I'm talking about. I am blooming good at this. I do have a lot of knowledge. I do have a lot of stories to share. I just wasn't tuning in with them. I wasn't realising that they were there all along, and I just have been so consumed with feeling that I need more qualifications, that I'm not good enough. I'm not actually seeing them. I want your confidence to blossom so that you actually realise how much you've got to offer, how much you can be of service, and how much impact that you can truly have on someone else. And like I said, it could be even impact through a physical product, or, you know, I'm not just talking about coaching here, I'm talking about any kind of business, you know. So expand your knowledge. There's always more things you can learn. There's always more things you can do to grow and to expand. And when we grow and expand, our confidence grows and expands too. So be proactive about it. Be proactive about making yourself feel like you can, that you know what you're talking about. And it's not about getting a qualification. I'm not saying go and get another qualification. I'm just saying, you know, read a book, listen to more podcasts, go and research online, join Facebook groups and pay attention to what's going on. You know, little things you can do to help you to just grow and expand your mind and learn more. And it's going to help you as you go along your journey. So 3 ridiculously simple things. But I think the point is that, 1, you don't need loads of qualifications most of the time. What you really do need is your valuable stories, your valuable experiences, your valuable knowledge and expertise, your valuable skill set. And you need to realise that you already have so much within you that is going to be so valuable to other people. And you can build a business around something you are passionate about, making money doing something you love, helping other people, impacting other people in a positive way. And you don't need to have someone give you a qualification or a certificate to tell you that it's okay for you to do it. Like, you can go and do it. The same way I've done it with the Female Entrepreneur Association, the same way I wrote a business book without having a business qualification. The same way all those other Hay House authors consistently write books without qualifications. You know, you just have to have the confidence in your own voice and in yourself to know that you are good enough and that what you share can be hugely valuable to other people. So never forget how special you are. Never forget how important it is for you to speak up and share what is in your heart to share, because it will make such a profound difference in someone else's life. So have the courage to do it. Have the courage to say what it is you want to say. And yes, download the certificate from FEA to let you know that you are good enough. You don't need a qualification. Anyway, that is all I have to say on this. But leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and let me know what your take is on it. And if you are interested in my Create and Sell program, I don't know when it will be ready or finished, because who knows when the baby will be arriving. But yeah, if you're interested, then definitely go onto the wait list, and I will tell you when it is live. I'm very excited about it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry, I know I talk about 1,000,000 miles an hour when I get passionate about something, so sorry if I was talking so fast. I must have been talking fast because I feel like I'm out of breath now. Anyway, I will love you and leave you. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. I hope you loved this week's episode of the She Means Business Show. If you want more help and support to build a wildly successful business, then join hundreds of thousands of women and become an FEA insider. You'll get access to some of our amazing freebies, to our bonuses, to our giveaways, to so much good stuff. Head over to femaleentrepreneurassociation.com/insider to get all of the goodness. And I will see you next week for another episode of the She Means Business Show.